everybody, another day of Vlogmas. Today's craft is going to be another wreath, you know, because I didn't make a big enough mess from the last wreath I did, so I have to do a bigger one. And then so for this wreath, which will probably somehow be messier, what I have is I got this giant frame during Halloween on like a super Halloween clearance, and I haven't seen these for Christmas, so I'm going to sacrifice my giant Halloween wreath frame for making a giant Christmas wreath. Let me see if I can see how big this is, if it's on the tag. It is, yeah, this is a 26-inch wreath. I think what I normally use is 14 inches. So it's a great size for a wreath. So I've got that, and then to go on this wreath, I have like the remnants of my little Christmas makeover redo. I think I called it a Christmas redo. I saved all of like just the pine cones with little berries on them because it didn't look good on the other one. But it should look good on this one because I already grabbed berries to go with it, so I'll just put those in there and that should be nice. What else have I got? I have these. These are from last year, and I used like one of these picks and then some of this to do like a little winter floral type of arrangements. And then this is just what I had left over, so I have it on hand. I'm not sure I'm going to actually use it, but just in case it's out. And then for the main part of the wreath, and why I think it's probably going to be messier than the one I just worked on, is I have this like these faux juniper berry stems, and they're throwing like the fake juniper berries everywhere. That just went rolling out of my hand. But it's also covered in glitter because for some reason everything in winter has to be covered in glitter. And like, I know snowy effects are fun and cool. So I just want the green. I like the green. So I also think this should be enough that it, oh dear, it's like stuck together. Oh no. Here we go, let me just, I got this like 2 months ago, as soon as they put them out, because they did a big like sale on them, and I nabbed them. There we go. But yeah, they should be thick enough. Come on, it's time to let go. There we go. It should be thick enough to hide the orange of this frame. And I have 4 of them, so hopefully 4 stems is enough. I'm going to try it my best to do a better job of laying out everything. But I think, okay, I guess you really wanted to come out here. I think the combination of these 3 things are going to look really good together and just be a nice little winter wreath. Which is the other goal. I don't want it to specifically look like Christmas. I want it to look like winter, because then I don't have to take it down after Christmas. I can enjoy it in, you know, January. I also grabbed the snowflakes that I didn't use on the other wreath, and I don't know that I'm going to use them on this wreath. And if I don't, I'm going to have to find something to do with them because I do really like them. I just thought I was going to reuse them the way that I ended up not reusing them. So those are hanging about. I also have some lights just in case I feel like lighting it up. And then I have the leftover ribbon from last year, which I'm not sure I'm going to use because this would make it kind of Christmassy, I think. Make it a little bit too Christmassy. Okay, so I've got those. I've got my wire cutters. And then the other thing I have is I've got what's left of my floral wire, but I realized there's only like 4 wires left in here for, you know, because of other projects. So I grabbed all of my pipe cleaners. And I might go ahead and just use pipe cleaners because I keep stabbing myself with the floral wire and it's leaving marks all over my hands and it really hurts. And that shouldn't happen as much or as badly with the pipe cleaners. So I think I'm going to use the pipe cleaners. But the first thing I have to do, which is like the first thing for all of my wreath projects, is I want to take the stems apart. So I want just each little, I want them to be the little stems, not one big bush. So that is where I'm going to begin. I'm going to move this out of my way. So don't need it yet. And I'm going to prep these guys. And that just, look, it's already magical all over my crafting table. It's also covered in fake berries. So that's something I'm going to have to consider. Hopefully I don't lose too many of them, but really, like, I'm not so interested in the berries as I am just the greenery itself. So yeah, first things first, I gotta separate the stems from the bush. That was way easier than they normally are. Okay, I go over this like every time I do a floral project. You have like these little grooves in your stems. Use those to cut. Determine your length, like cut at those parts. They're gonna be the easiest. So I know for sure I'm not going to use the floral wire because it hurts a lot and I keep stabbing myself with it. And I was going to use these because it's Christmas and I thought, you know, sparkly, whatever. But then I found this just randomly right next to me on the floor and I thought I was out of these. So I'm going to use these. These are what I would prefer for wreaths, or these are what I prefer for wreaths. But when I ran out, or thought I ran out, I couldn't find any, so this was all I could find at the store. And these aren't my favorite because these do fall apart way more than the fluffy part, than the, you know, the fluffy ones do. But this will look better on a winter wreath because if anybody notices it, it's white. It's not going to be like that out of place. So yeah, I'm going to start trimming these. I'm going to go ahead and just trim a bunch in half. So normally I do them in quarters, but this is kind of bulky. So I'm just going to cut them in half and then, you know, I'll trim off the excess from those. And it is going to feel kind of wasteful to do it that way, but I want to make sure I have enough to reach through the wreath to the back so that I can tie down all of the stems. And this is just going to be the best way for me to do it. So I apologize for weird shadows. I've had like maybe 2 hours of sunlight today because it's been a cloudy winter day all day long, so just gonna do the best I can with the lighting. I'm sure it's gonna mess everything up having to use a lamp, but yeah, so here we go. Everything's cut, everything's prepped. I did, let's see, I had I had four bushes with 4 stems on each bush, so I had 16 of those guys, which means I should have 2 of these per stem. But then I also have what's already attached to this. So I'm gonna try and better manage my supplies today, which means I gotta do some counting. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so there's 6. I can't do 3. I can do 2 per section, which is better than nothing. Yeah, so I think that's where I'm going to start. I'm going to do 2 stems per section on here, and then I will take the remaining, I think 4 stems should be what's remaining, and then go through and start adding those where this needs just a little bit of filler. And I think some spots are definitely going to need it, others aren't, because they're just like so clumped together and so thick, which is great, because I want to hide this orange since I couldn't get this type of a frame for Christmas. Just gonna make do, and then I don't know what I'm gonna do for next Halloween, but you know, this is just gonna be how things are this year. Perfect, but I still have to add things to it. I mean, overall though, it looks pretty good. So I'm gonna make the mistake of flipping this over, and then I'm gonna clean up all of these pipe cleaners. So I'm not gonna worry about trimming them. Basically, I'm gonna do is just twist them up and then like tuck them like down against the frame. Because I don't want them visible around the edges, like around this edge or around that edge. But they're really not going to be visible here. So that's where I'm going to try and tuck them into. That is it, and that's what I've got so far. So I am going to give my little camera phone, it's my phone, I'm going to give my phone a break, and then I'm going to go wash my hands. I don't know if you can tell that like they're green, but whatever is on the juniper berries. That is all over my hands and it's drying out my skin really bad, so I'm gonna go clean those, and then when I come back I am gonna add my berry and my pinecone stems. Okay, so I think I'm ready to do my berries. I do see where I kind of went wrong. This is like a big bulky spot right here, so that's why I didn't quite make it all the way around. But yeah, so my game plan for these is just kind of like pop them right in there. Just tuck them and then there we go. Yeah, so just kind of tuck them in like so. And I'm not particularly worried about them like falling out because this stuff is like so thick and clingy that I don't think they're gonna go anywhere. But that's my plan, is to add like touches of the little pine cones and the berries, and then this guy should be done and ready for my front door or my side door or a wall in the house. I don't know, he's gonna go somewhere. So here's the final wreath project. One corner, like right at the bottom there, looks really, really thin compared to the rest of it. But the stems are really uneven and kind of random, so I guess that was to be expected. I mean, overall though, I still really, really like it. It definitely looks way more Christmassy than wintry, which is what I was hoping for, was just, you know, like a winter wreath, but I didn't stop to think that all of the red berries I was going to put in there was going to be the perfect Christmas color. So, either way, I like how it came out. It took 2 hours, and I have to go clean my hands again because, like, I get that residue from the juniper berries, which, by the way, are just everywhere. Yeah, so all in all, though, not bad.